Hey guys, don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Darth Vader Neopixel Lightsaber. What makes Vader's sabers stand out from all the other companies? How accurate is this to the one they used in the movie? And how many different options do you have if you wanted to buy this? I'll answer all those questions and more, so don't go anywhere. Hey all you Star Wars fans, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I really appreciate it. This is Finding the Force, where I cover everything Star Wars, from theme parks to video games, and especially lightsabers. Look at that, it's moving, depending on how you hold the blade. And as always, I'll be your host, Obi-Dad Kenobi. If you guys are new to the channel, don't be shy. Click the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And it really supports my channel if you hit that thumbs up button. And there's an arrow button where you can copy the link and share my video on social media or with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. So let's get to the saber at hand. In my hand, I have Darth Vader's Return of the Jedi Episode 6 Neopixel Lightsaber. When I unboxed this thing, it totally blew me away. This looks like it came right off of the movie set, out of Darth Vader's hands into mine. I can't think of anyone else in the Star Wars universe who has so many variations of lightsaber. And believe me guys, when I say that this is one bad lightsaber. First thing I gotta tell you guys is that Vader's sabers is worth taking a look at. There's a few things that makes him stand out. The first thing you guys should know is that he's an experienced lightsaber installer, so he could answer all the questions you have. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram, and it's a really easy way to get a hold of him too with all your questions. What else makes his company really unique is that he custom weathers lightsabers to order. So again, hit him up on Instagram with any questions if you want to get one of the sabers weathered that doesn't have that option on his website. Speaking of websites, I'd really appreciate the support, guys, if you use the extra discount code Find the Force up above me there and the link down below. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Vader's sabers also, of course, gives you everything that you would need to go with your lightsaber, including a stand, a blade, a tool, instruction manual, charging stuff. All of it comes so you're ready to enjoy it, display it, duel with it, whatever feeds your Sarlacc. So this saber on his website is called the DV6, it stands for Darth Vader Episode 6, and we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I'm super pumped to go experience it in movie theaters. I'll share some pictures and stuff on my social media, but really pumped to hear the surround sound and see it on the super big screen. And with this saber, there's a lot of options on his website. You could have this installed with like a basic soundboard, a Xenopixel, a Profi, but this one is actually installed with a Golden Harvest soundboard. It was my first experience with a Golden Harvest, and I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with it. Most of my saber experience has been with other soundboards, but I think it's slowly winning me over. You can easily change anything you want about this saber when it's in your hand. No wires, no computers, none of that stuff extra is required if you want to change the color, the clashes, the tip drag, and even how fast and slow the saber activates. So let's keep kicking off this video by taking a closer look at this lightsaber. So I know there's a lot of versions of Darth Vader's lightsaber out there, but this is his hero, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The term hero is a term used to display the signature look of what his saber is supposed to look like in the film, although many other different variations of stunt sabers were used during the dueling and fight scenes. And on Vader's sabers, you also have an option to get this saber completely clean and pristine version, but I highly recommend paying extra for the fully weathered version, which is what I'm holding here. Comes standard with this signature D-ring, which you probably recognize from the bottom of the Skywalker Graflex saber from The Empire Strikes Back. We have 7 long, firm, standard grips here at the bottom. Here at the base, really great attention to detail with the weathering and roughing up the base of the metal just below the activation box here. What a rugged look to this activation box. This bottom button looks like it could be something, but this particular saber is a single button activation system. But again, some small accents of weathering all around the main clamp, I guess you could say, here of the saber. And these large black screws give this saber a really menacing, like tough, rugged appearance that really separates it from a lot of its other predecessors. You also might notice that there's a much slimmer look to this Vader lightsaber. Let's compare it to the Galaxy's Edge real quick. So here's the Galaxy's Edge Vader saber, and it has a much, of course, different look and style to it with the wires and everything, but look how much thinner this one is. I have to say, this one that's weathered feels like it came right out of the movie from shooting and using for stunts and stuff like that, whereas this one is a much different feel. This grip is a much more hard rubber, authentic prop feeling to it, and the Galaxy's Edge has more of a rubber where if you rubbed it enough times, you might feel like it might come off a little bit. But again, you can just see how much thinner this Vader saber is, which is going to make it easier to wield and has a much more like movie replica feel to it. So years ago, when I first saw this design of Vader saber, these large screws kind of like were a little off-putting, but over time, I've really come to appreciate just the really bad look it gives to this saber. One awesome detail that you guys need to know about is that there's no need for a tool with this saber. This is the retention screw right here to get your blade in there, and it works really, really well. Better than others that I've seen and used. And then up here at the emitter, it has not just one, but a second belt clip. I think this would be a cooler way to display Vader saber on your hip is by using this belt clip. It has all the accents here on the back, just like the one out of the movie. And I've got a great picture I'll show you guys right here to compare it to, but everything about this saber is screen accurate, I'm telling you. The owner, Russell, I believe weathered this himself and did a phenomenal job. Look at this like brown weathering up here near the emitter. Every detail is accounted for, even the exact positioning of the screws was, here I'll turn it around for you, was one thing I noticed is that the exact number are in the correct place. And even the screen accurate blade plug will come with it, which is a really nice touch. So like I told you guys, I've used a lot of sabers with different soundboards and they all operate differently, from Neopixel to Profi to CFX. And even though there was a learning curve on this, Russell from Vader Sabers gives you a full instruction manual so you know how to operate everything on this saber. I could not believe it, you guys, to tell you the truth. I did not think I was going to be able to change the force effect so that you can make the blast deflect green, the lockup purple, the tip drag orange, like any color combination with all the different sound fonts it comes with. And Vader Sabers loaded this thing with like 30 different character sound profiles. So there's no way you're gonna get bored holding this. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys that I've really come to appreciate charging ports in these things. I'm not a fan of having to try to pry out the batteries. And so I'm very happy to share with you guys. There's the chassis for you guys, and there is the charging port. Just plug it right in and forget about it. I believe it deactivates and shuts off when it's done charging. Enough chit chat, let's put a blade in this thing and check it out. So another cool feature about the Golden Harvest soundboard is that there's like a power save feature, which you can activate while you're using it, but also it has a sleep mode. So it really helps save the battery power. So I'm gonna wake it up.
I thought not. It's another story.
There we go.
I will tell you.
So when you get into the sound menu, all you do is turn the saber.
You want to get rid of Kylo Ren. Nice word.
Check out all these fonts. Did you hear these fonts?
The classic villain.
Lord Vader.
There we go. That's the one we want. Nice. But I can't really stress enough, guys, how great this feels in your hand. It's a really good weight. It's not heavy. It's not too light. And another cool feature of the Golden Harvest soundboard are gesture controls. Yeah! Do you guys see that white flicker at the very end? I love that. That's like a personal favorite detail of mine. And a disclaimer, I say it every video, it's the way the camera picks up the light from the blade. It looks yellow, but it's really like a blood red color. And you gonna get red? No, okay. And I personally like white blaster deflects. Yeah. And you can even choose the color of the flash. Bam, the whole blade lights up, super cool. It's kind of a unique way that you activate the drag effect, for example, is you'll press the button, let go, and then tap the blade. Yeah, watch out, Yoda. And the same for the lockup effect, press, let go. Oh, lock up. Look at that, it's moving, depending on how you hold the blade. Yes. Oh, sounds super. And safe to say, you're not going to have a problem doing some tricks and spins with this. So it's really easy on the Golden Harvest to adjust to exactly the blade length you're using in case you have different lengths that you like to use. Dude, so cool, you guys. Man, this really feels like a movie prop lightsaber. Oh, man. But I'm going to tell you guys, I'm really impressed with the way that this retention screw is holding. There's no blade wiggle. I like stabbing and turning it on. And the blade feels really secure in here. You've got like 2 inches or something more of blade depth, which is totally a thumbs up approved from Finding the Force. And something else to note, guys, even though it has a movie accurate pummel cap, it's still vented really well for sound. You guys hear this? Let's see, deactivation. Boom! Alright guys, so don't be shy. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think of this movie accurate Darth Vader Return of the Jedi lightsaber. As always guys, thank you for watching to the end of my video. Take care, be safe out there, and have an awesome Star Wars day. Yes!